Good morning everyone. It's not quite 4:30 in the morning yet, so the market isn't open. You can see up the end there parts of it are. But this is where I was yesterday. This is where I stopped. So this is where I start again today. I'm going to walk along here and turn left, and I'm going to head along probably a rather boring main road all the way up the west side of the island. But just look at this for a minute. I don't know if that's somebody who just lives there or what, I don't know. But you see them hammocks all over the place anyway during the day as well. So this is where I start. And it is now, look at the time, now it's 4:24 in the morning and I'm starting on day 2. That road will take me back to the main part of the city and my hotel, but I'm going to go this way because this is going to take me all along the west side of Vung Tau. I don't think I've ever been up here before. And my friend Liam, who lives here, he says he's never been up here before either, so we don't quite know what I'm going to encounter up here. At first glance, from a distance, I thought that said Pet Prosecco. I thought I might go in. I love this. Just do it out on the street, no problem, just cook there. Just a typical little housing street. I've come to a crossroads. I think I'm about halfway now. Look at this, right in the middle of the road. He's selling breakfasts. And these guys are doing it as well. I guess they're feeding the workers their breakfast before they go to work, but just on the corner in the road, it's just sitting there. Nobody cares, they just drive around it. Yeah, it's not the nicest of river views, but at least there's nobody feeding the catfish at the moment. Another fish shop. And the meat store. Fresh meat, yeah. I think I'll pass on that. Can you just imagine people in the UK putting up with this on the street? Not quite such a nice view as yesterday's coffee shop, but the coffee is good. Yeah, I won't be walking that far. I guess I am almost at the end of this particular road. I think I've only got another couple of kilometres to go. Why don't our policemen still carry them? I think it'd be a lot better if they did. Just about everything edible is available here. Well, I've got as far as I can go on the west coast, and I've started heading sort of southeast again. And this is the very edge of the island, really. Still plenty of dogs around. You can see there's new buildings going up all over the place, and a lot of it actually isn't finished. I think I've got to go down that road there, I'm not sure. I'll have to look on the map in a minute. I've got about another 4 or 5 kilometres to get back to Back Beach, to the other end of where I started from, because Back Beach is about 10 miles long. So I'm going to try and get back to there, and then I'm going to call it a day. I've still got a bit to go. I'm guessing they're oysters. They're going to do something with the shells. The lady's quite happy for me to video them anyway. Yep, this is the road I've got to go down. This will take me down towards the touristy area, or the beginning of it anyway. These are piles and piles of oyster shells. I don't think they're pearls up this end, I think they're just eating them. Gee, crikey, look at all that lot. I may have to translate that when I get back. I'm not sure what that says. I'll have to ask Liam. I have no idea what that blue thing is over there. Perhaps it's all parts of that estate. But this is officially a road. It's on the map as a road. And apparently it will take me to where I need to go eventually. So I'm just going to follow it for a bit. Good job I've got plenty of water with me. I know one thing, I'm certainly not going to get a taxi to take me home from up here. Yeah, I'm getting a bit suspicious of this road now. I'm wondering how far I can get before I have to turn around and come back. I really hope I don't have to turn around. And I'm pretty certain that this is something to do with pearls. Cultured pearls. It's a bit too organised for anything else. Blooming rubbish on this place, it's disgusting. Let's see how far I can get down here anyway. I'm wondering what that is in the distance. Could that be tarmac? Could that be a road? I must admit it's certainly getting a little bit wider here. I have to get a bit further and see. And there's a motorbike there that seems to have come up from the other side, so yeah, must be able to get through there somehow. Yes, the motorbike must have come this way. This is the road. It is on the map, it is marked as a road, so I can keep going for a bit longer. I'm still on that road, and it would be quite idyllic here, I think, if it didn't stink. It smells a bit like a sewer. There's not a lot of rubbish laying around. I suppose that's quite normal for this country, to be honest. Now I've got to go back just a little way, not very far. Guy in the house there tells me that it is actually not possible to get much further. The road has fallen down, apparently. I don't quite know what that means, but anyway, it's suggesting that I go back to the next turn off and get onto a road that is the other side of that water there. So that's what I'm going to do. I know that the thing to do is to video yourself talking to people in situations like this, but I don't like doing that. This is where they live. This is their home. I don't feel it necessary to video them in their homes. And if I did, I certainly wouldn't put it all over the internet. It doesn't make me feel good to do things like that, and it doesn't make them feel good either, I'm sure. So yeah, that's why I don't do things like that. So he only had to walk a couple of 100 yards back, and I believe this is the road he was talking about. It goes up to the other road up there. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. Well, I'm back on the main road, and there's even a footpath. And the footpath is in the shade, mostly, which is most appreciated, because it's coming up for 9 AM, and it's 29 degrees according to my phone. So I think I'm just going to walk down to the nearest landmark or junction or something and see if I can get a cab back and do the final 10 miles tomorrow. Let's see if I can get a cab up this far. We're quite at the top of the island and a lot of them don't like coming up too far away from the tourist areas. So we'll see. I'll see what happens when I get there. Okay, you see those nice new residences over there across the road? That is actually residence because I've seen the gate up the other end. Yeah, it's a gated community. And then across the road, you've got this. And I've just seen somebody go in there. So I think somebody is actually living in one of them. And I've got to be honest, this is the second video I took because the other one had a few words in it that probably wouldn't work. Because the smell here is just so bad. It's absolutely horrendous. It's quite difficult for me to even be on this side of the road because of the smell. And yet, on the other side of the road, there they go. That's how the other half live. This would normally be my kind of cafe, where you can laze around on a hammock in the breeze. Unfortunately, that breeze is not very sweet. I don't know if there's a couple of dead bodies down there anywhere, but that's kind of what it smells like. I'm struggling actually to walk on this road. My stomach is starting to heave now. This might sound a little pathetic here, but look at this. I've been carrying that for over an hour. It's almost dry now. The thing is, with all this rubbish laying around and the smell that there is, you'd think I'd just be able to drop it on the ground, wouldn't you? But I can't. I wasn't raised that way. I can't. It might sound stupid, but I can't drop this stupid baby wipe and contribute to the mess that there is over here. Honestly, you're knee deep in plastic. It smells of God knows what. Dead bodies, catfish food. Oh, it's disgusting. And I can't drop a single baby wipe. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I don't know if you can see that. But Peter, Bill, if you're watching, look away. That is a pretty decent sized spider there. Oh God, that's horrible. And his web goes right down here. I'm going to go around that tree. I'm not going to go under that web. Well, I was trying to get to the far end of the beach from where I started yesterday morning. And I don't think I can actually get there because there's a lot of construction work going on. As you can see, there's a lot of construction work going on here as well. This is as far north on the back beach side as I can get. So I'm going to walk down to those, where those cranes are over there, because I believe the beach is there, and I'm going to hopefully get a taxi back from there. Yeah, I've walked a fair bit further today than I'd planned. Oh, hey ho, that makes tomorrow a bit easier, doesn't it? This is what they're building, I think, an aqua adventure centre. I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed through there, but I'm going to have to go anyway. It's actually not possible to go past this construction and get down to the ocean. I don't know what they're building, but it goes on for quite some distance. So I am going to try and see if I can get a grab taxi to come out this far and pick me up.